Yo, what's up, guys? We are Parkway Drive. You're watching MoreCore.TV. Woo!
Seien wir doch mal ehrlich, die Vorfreude auf das neue Parkway Drive Album ist riesig. Denn am 4. Mai soll Reverence nun endlich erscheinen. Karo hat Winston, Ben und Jeff zwischen ihren Überraschungsshows im März in Düsseldorf interviewt und sie zu ihrem neuen Album ausgefragt.
Hallo ihr Lieben und willkommen bei MoreCore.TV. Wir haben heute exklusiv die Jungs vom Parkway Drive bei uns. Letztes Jahr haben wir sie schon interviewt gehabt. Heute sind sie wieder hier und wir wollen ein bisschen über das Album sprechen, was demnächst veröffentlicht wird, ganz geheim. Und ja, how are you guys today?
Good.
Das ist gut.
We're good, thank you.
Okay, so you've been expecting Germany to be way colder, I just heard.
It's still pretty cold.
Yeah.
At home, it's really hot, so this is freezing.
You have
for us.
summer right now, right?
Yeah, summer.
Okay, so well, it's not too bad right about now.
Yeah,
but,
right about now it's decent.
Okay, so when did you get to Europe then?
Yesterday. Got in yesterday. This is day one for us.
Oh,
so
damn it.
yeah.
Okay.
Shivering as soon as we landed. It's okay. No
And
snow.
no jet lag yet?
Not. What time do you guys wake up?
A little bit, but we're kind of used to jet lag. We're kind of veterans at that. You just sleep when you can.
You know how to cope with it. Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. Let's talk a little bit about the upcoming album. So, what's the name of it?
The album's called Reverence, and it comes out on May the 4th.
May the 4th.
May the 4th.
That's fine.
There's something you want to add with
I
that?
had to ask.
People ask me, I'm like, no idea.
So you're not a Star Wars fan?
I just don't know much at all.
But I heard you're a fan of it.
I'm a massive Star Wars fan, so yeah, May the 4th. It just happens. We didn't plan it like that, and I'm really stoked.
Now we have
the Star
two
Wars
reasons to
nerd day.
celebrate that day, I guess.
There we go.
Okay, so coming out on the May the 4th, it's right before festival season. Is that planned on purpose so that people can learn the lyrics and then already sing along with it?
These are going to be your new festival jams.
Yeah.
That's it. The soundtrack to festival season, hopefully.
I guess so, right?
maybe
So-
we'll see. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it definitely is planned in some way, shape, or form like that.
Okay. And what made you name the album Reverence?
The album title comes from basically it ties into a hell of a lot of stuff that was going on while the album was being made, but the idea for the actual name is simply having reverence for what you have in your life, as small as it actually is, taking the time to sit back and look at the details of what's going on around you, because it's so easy to just get caught up in being comfortable and going with the flow and just miss the things that matter. It doesn't have to be something big. There's a lot of things in your life that I think people don't even realize how lucky they are to have.
Such as?
It's being alive in general, like just
Okay.
being alive. Like this was the album where things happen to us where there's people in this world that no longer exist that would, I'm sure, would have loved just one more second, which they don't have, which you are lucky to be spending right now.
Okay, yeah. All right, it's also really social critical, I got the feeling. So all the lyrics are kind of, I don't know, putting a mirror in front of the face of our society.
Yeah.
So is that like a general theme for the album? Because we can find...
No, there's a few themes that run through the entire thing, but when we write an album musically and lyrically, it's basically just a snapshot of us at that point in time. Like it's not like we have these like topics that we have listed. I'm going to write about this, and I'm going to write about this, and I'm going to write about that. It just comes out. And as far as sounds go, it's the same kind of thing.
I think you would add something.
Go for it.
I got nothing to say.
Yeah.
No, you don't want to add anything.
Oh, I wasn't listening. I thought you were trying to funny on me.
I was getting ready for you. Okay.
Okay. So also, everything sounds kind of dark. Everything sounds kind of
Dark. It is. It is. Yeah. It's the darkest record we've ever made, as far as I'm concerned.
And it's also the most, how you say, classic metal album you ever made.
Thank you.
It's like, I got the feeling that it goes away from the corey thing and more into the real type of metal.
It's just away from like normal.
Okay.
And just normal Parkway, simply because that, like, it was stepping away from comfort and stepping.
Did you listen to the whole thing, or
Yeah,
just a few
more
songs?
than once.
Yeah.
More than once.
Yeah.
So your overall kind of vibe on it is that, like it's more traditional metal.
Yeah, that's my overall thing, and then I also think it has like some really things I wouldn't expect it.
Yeah.
Like some singing, some violins. Let's
Yeah,
say
exactly,
that.
yeah.
Let's tease that.
Because sometimes
so,
we give people like a few songs, and it doesn't really, like, you need, for us, we always, put songs in a particular order for a reason, and we want the album to come across a certain way. And when people just hear like a couple of songs or something, they just go, oh, that's what the album is. The album's going to be like that. And it's like, nah, not at all.
The problem with singles.
that's what I was thinking with Wishing Wells. That doesn't really tell you anything
No,
about the album.
No.
Well, exactly. There's definitely not 11 of those songs.
Yeah,
like
no.
that's
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great track, but it doesn't show the entire album.
No.
It-
The
it
thing Not
is-
at all.
It's really interesting because there's no one song on this record that you could have put out and people would go, oh, that's what it's going to sound like.
Nah,
Every
it's not.
song sounds
because
different.
they sound different, and
Yeah.
you can kind of tell that there's a theme all over. I wouldn't say story, but a theme, or
Yeah.
like more than one.
Yeah.
But you can't really say it is. That's one
it.
track stands for it all.
That's
so
it, yeah.
that is.
But again, that was one of the things we went into writing this record with, was we didn't want people to go, that just sounds like another version of that song I heard earlier on the record. And it's the kind of thing where when we were actually writing the music for it, there was no point where we said, let's just put in this old familiar flavor just for the sake of it being old and familiar. Like, there was no point where we were like, oh, everyone loves the fast part, we got to put it in. We got to put a breakdown in, otherwise people will say it's got no breakdowns. Like, if there was no need for that in that song and it was going to compromise like the actual sound of the song, it didn't go into it. And then other songs, like,
that was a big difference, because a lot of albums prior to this one, like, we'd go exactly what Winston just said. We'd be like, oh, we need to put a breakdown here. The kids love the breakdowns. We have to do this, or the kids aren't going to like this particular song, or perhaps this album if we don't do enough of a certain, pre-existing thing that once worked. So
it was definitely the album where we wrote simply what we felt necessary. And if we weren't, let's say, competent in writing something because we'd never tried it before, we just made sure we knew how to write that music, and we made sure, like, I could sing it, or he could play it, or we could construct an orchestral part which was legitimate, and it wasn't just like this throwaway little section. It was complete commitment to the actual musical concept, and that was the aim of the entire thing. And it definitely took us to places where people are like, what the fuck, I've never heard Parkway sound like that.
I must say, I was kind of scared what to expect, because I really do like your music and follow you for a while. So therefore I was like, okay, what is this going to be? And it's nothing like what I expected it to be.
What did you expect?
Yeah, what did you expect?
I don't know. I did expect you go back for the core thing, because people
right.
being moaning about. So you listen
Oh,
to
they've
what
gone
the crowd
soft.
said.
Yeah.
Like, okay, now we go on Corey again.
Yeah,
So
right.
which I don't think would have been the clever decision, because you've been
No, of
growing
course.
up all the time yourselves as musicians, as people, I guess. So
The reality.
I was a positive. Sorry.
That's okay.
No,
Yeah.
I was positive. What is it?
Positively.
What a hard word to say. Surprised. So
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I don't think like going backwards is never going to work, simply because it's not honest. Like, it's there's a reason we're not writing songs the same way we wrote them 15 years ago. Who the hell's doing what they were doing 15 years ago in life? You get
who
bored.
still taste their food with music.
Yeah.
Nobody.
And like we still play a hell of a lot of like older songs, and we enjoy playing them. But to go back and like try and write something that you've written so many times it's just not enjoyable. Like, as someone that enjoys writing music, like, that's what we love.
And this one, like, probably I almost say, compared to all the other albums we've ever done, this one feels the least forced and the most, like, this one just
Nice.
naturally happened. It was like a start to finish roller coaster. It started, and then it was an adventure, then it finished. It wasn't like the one before, for example, that one, there was a lot more confusion with that one. That one was like, you know, we're definitely sick of, you know, certain aspects of some of our older stuff. And that one was like, whoa, what are we going to do then, you know? So, and this one was just really unforced, and we're just stoked. So.
But do you still feel like you took a risk with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Welcome
to the interview, then.
Well, the thing is, funnily enough, we've never really cared what other people think. I think it's actually pretty important personally, like just when we write, like if you read comments, there's just something from every different opinion of that's great, that's shit, and everything in between. So you can't really listen to that. You just got to listen to what you think. And if our golden rule's always been, if we like it and if we think it's good, then that's good enough for us. And that's the way to make authentic, genuine music, in my opinion.
100%. That's it. Like, it's as soon as you start phoning it in, you, like, for anyone, it's not honest. And like, this is an honest reflection of who we are, and it has been from day one. Whether or not like your favorite era of us is the sound of day one, that was an honest reflection of what we were trying to achieve then, and this is what we're trying to achieve now.
So this is the most honest album you ever wrote.
I definitely think so. Like, simply because of who we are and having the confidence to be able to simply not include certain aspects and really commit to other aspects, which we would never have had. I think the drive to try and do in the past. So it just leads to that.
Yeah, probably the most fearless one, at least.
Fearless.
Nevertheless.
That's great to hear. Okay, last but not least, can you give us a little tease on what the people can expect from the album? Just the overall. It's hard to say overall, because of what we just talked about.
I tell you, I like, if you have ever wondered what Parkway is capable of, this is a very good step in the door, put it that way, because there's no point in this record where I don't think you are sitting there going, yeah, this is just normal.
And also what you guys talked about before is every song is different. Like you mentioned it before, but like you listen to one song and you can't say that's what the album sounds like. So you really need to listen to the whole thing.
Listen to the whole thing. Yeah, that's it. That's
the most important thing to do.
Yeah, and I would be really surprised if by the time you get to the end of this album, you'd say, yeah, I picked every single twist and turn they took. I knew what was coming. Got no idea.
No idea. Guys, you got no idea what's coming. Okay, so Wishing Wells is the first song you released, and you also released a video with it, which is quite different, I would say, or quite. It's basically your face.
That's it.
And that's it.
That's it.
Why? What did you make? Why did you choose to do that?
It was.
He had the best face.
The best face.
Sure?
Yeah. We took auditions of everyone.
There's no point showing everyone else's face.
Yeah.
Okay. No, but.
To be honest, like, it was like the song is very, very, very personal, and there's no other way of capturing it. Like, that's it. It's like the visual representation is quite simple, and like and it matches the lyrics like absolutely perfectly. And it's so strange. Like we thought of adding other things to it, and it just didn't work. Like you need to get the emotion. That's it. It's whatever you take from that video, it's simply human emotion, and that's what that song is about. Like, the song is about the facets of that we go through when dealing with horrible grief, and the anger and the frustration and everything you hear about in the song and everything that's in the lyrics, and it's just a human manifestation of that. It's me. That's it. Yeah.
Right.
It's funny because some people said with that film clip, oh, it's so basic, it's so easy to do, but it's actually difficult because it was one take.
The guy who took it on well, it's just Instagram, but and he wrote something about it was so hard to film with every little movement of the face and the light and stuff. Yeah. So. Yeah,
well, just the fact that the hard part was Winston actually nailing it, because it was one take. So obviously with one take, if you mess up in the last 5 seconds, and you got to do the whole thing again. So, yeah.
How many times did you do it?
Not that many.
Oh, really?
Not that many. Like, we tried other things with it, but it wasn't wasn't that much, to be honest, and it was more just really interesting because the concept was really simple, but there's so many parts in there where I was fooled into like watching it back, just going, have we got CGI on that or something? Because I look really scary. Like it's really, like when I showed it to my wife, she's just like, you're terrifying. Like you just look terrifying. I was like, okay, perfect. Like it's great. I didn't know that's what it brought out in me, but that's it. So yeah.
Okay, well, thanks a lot.
Thank you again.
Enjoy your time in Europe. I heard you have a few secret gigs. I mean,
We got one tomorrow.
Oh, you got one. Oh, yeah, that's Brussels, right?
Brussels, yeah. There we go. Brussels tomorrow.
Awesome.
It's not a secret, we can't tell you.
It's not a secret anymore because it's sold out within 25 minutes, right?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yep, 25 minutes. Jesus.
Is it the AB or is it just the...
No, it's AB,
the entire thing?
No, it's just like, how big's AB? I don't know. It's 250 people.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I don't know what AB you're thinking of, but there's 250 of them.
But you did a thing like that last year as well with the logo in Hamburg.
Yeah, that was like 3 years ago now, though.
3 years ago now.
3 years ago, yeah.
Okay, well.
Yeah, it's like that, but smaller.
Time flies, yeah.
Yeah.
Howsoever, thanks a lot. And
check it
freut
out.
euch auf das, was kommt, Leute. Also es wird auf jeden Fall ein ganz besonderes Album.